So Aquarius, you tend to be future oriented, but also data driven, right? It's part of what makes you an interesting and like an erratic genius, right? Now, the issue with being so fast and so, lightning quick. Uranus is your planetary ruler, right? So that's like eureka moments, right? One of the issues with being able to move that quick as an air sign is that we can be running around all the way to the future, projecting into the future, retreating into the past to go like, but how am I? Oh, sorry. How am I going to know how this turns into the? Ow! I better go reflect on the past about it. When we're doing all of that, it can be really hard to know. Spirit is correcting me. It is impossible when we're running around trying to figure out the future and trying to make sense of or grab gems from or whatever the fucking past. It is impossible to understand and glean the messages of the moment, of the present. It is impossible to have the treasures of what is here when we're digging around in the graves of the past or we're fucking playing Minority Report, fucking Tom Cruising in the future. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Anybody see this movie? That's what Spirit is showing me. Now, we're going to get into the story of this month for you, but I know that the first thing Spirit wants you to do is stay present. You could straddle the present moment. You could have one foot in the future, one foot in the past, and as they say, you are pissing on the present moment. So, come back to the present. Ground yourself. What is here? What is available? What is juicy? What is not juicy? What do I want to turn away from? What do I want to turn toward? You can't make the future without being present. That is just the truth. And like there is really in a real way no future. There is always and forever this moment and this moment and this moment. You know what I'm talking about? So what is here? What is present? Okay. For the Aquarians that have been able to stay present enough to stick with this video, let's proceed. Let's get into the story of your month. Spirit. We want to know the truth for the highest good of all Aquarius people tuning into this reading. Spirit, Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, Aquarius Rising and Dominant folks. Those who tune into this reading, Spirit, please help us to know what they need to know for their highest good. We want to know the truth of what is showing up around Aquarius, within Aquarius. Anything that they need to know for their highest good, Spirit. What are the data points that best serve Aquarius in stepping into a future that feels fulfilling, fun, joyful, easeful, singular? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need a couple more, and I also need a persona card, Spirit. What aspect of Aquarius do you want them to know about or bring forward in the month of June in order to step into that future? Alrighty, let's see what we've got, Aquarius. Whew, and I'll pop your cards up right here so you'll be able to see what I am seeing in just a second. Aquarius. It's like all of that past, present, future stuff becomes all the more poignant when we think about how the planet Pluto is over that first couple of degrees of your sign and is about to like go retrograde one last time and back up into Capricorn, and then it'll finally be going all the way forward in your sign by November. It's like, okay, finally, yes, now we can march forward for a good long while. That makes sense why there's probably a little bit of whiplash of like past, present, future, past, present, future. Wow. Okay. Hey, we love to see it. We love to see it. Yeah, okay. This we less love to see, but this is just as pertinent. Okay. Wow. Beautiful. Okay. Well, first things first, Spirit said, be grounded and be present. And your persona card for the month is the Knight of Pentacles. Doesn't get a lot more present and grounded than that. And it's showing you that progress can be made even as you are present, grounded, slow and steady. Progress will still be made, okay? And it may feel incremental. That will not be the external result, okay? You are, again, a fast mover. So going slow for you is still going really fast for the average person. You know what I'm talking about? So please, like, don't hurry yourself. Don't push yourself. And Spirit is saying don't push past yourself, okay? Eight of Wands is sitting in the past. Plenty of action and activity. Plenty of movement. Spirit is like, if you are at all concerned about whether you have options or whether the way is open or whether things are possible for you, like, you can stop questioning that now. They're very much possible for you. Now, sitting in the present moment, the Hierophant. The Hierophant is gates and gatekeepers, institutions, rules, authority figures. Who are the authority figures in your life, Aquarius, and how do you relate to them? Now, I'm hearing a few different things. The Hierophant is, of course, shown as kind of a classically religious-looking figure, so this can be church, temple, mosque, priest, blah, blah, blah. Run through all of them, okay? Run through all the titles and all the pointy hats. All the various pointy-hatted people, and governments, all the things that classically Aquarius doesn't tend to be. They, you know, that's the beauty and the irony of Aquarius is like, they are not a big joiner because they're an individual, and yet they are all about groups. They are all about the people. You know, if any of you are familiar with George Carlin, he used to say something to the effect of like, I love individuals. I love people. I hate groups. As soon as people start to gather in big old groups and, you know, put on, again, a hat that's associated with the thing, stuff starts to get real dodgy real quick. And I'm feeling like, how do you relate to the authority figures in your life? Do they support you and do you support them? Or do you feel like you are working within institutions or with rules or mentors or things like that that are stifling you? These are general readings, Aquarius, so I'm seeing basically two different paths where for some of you it's like, oh, I'm doing great. I'm going through school, or I'm going, you know, like I'm also hearing military for some of you. So it's like, what is your relationship to the military? Is it they are providing for you, or is it they are asking you to jump through hoops that you don't want to? Like, an Aquarius is designed to live by their own rules. So if you are working within an organization or a domain that does not allow, like that, where you don't feel like the rules are working for you, then a change needs to be made. Simple as that. Nine of Swords is sitting in the climate and energy around you. So for many of you, I feel like this is like a source of anxiety and a source of stress. Like, I'm not in the right place, and that could be why, again, that feeling of like scrambling into the past, scrambling into the future, scrambling into the past, scrambling into the future, when really what is needed is for you to be right here, right now. Spirit said this for another sign, so I'm curious if any of you have, I believe it was Leo placements. Might have been Taurus. But they were talking about, and they're saying a very similar thing. We can try to avoid our feelings because we're like, no, I just know if I engage with this feeling or with this past experience that fucking sucked, or this unresolved wound or whatever this is, that it's going to hurt too much. So really, I just need to avoid it. And you think about other things. I need to move on with my life. I need to drag my inner child by the wrist and kicking and screaming and make them do this job or go back in school or whatever the fuck this is. It is actually the shortest route to being done with an emotion is to get deep into the emotion, is to be really present where you are. So it's like, if you're not sure whether you want to live by these rules anymore, or stay in this marriage or this church or this, again, what are the traditional, what are the rules? What are the signed, you know, like, yes, this is what I'm doing. I've pledged my allegiance to fill in the blank. If you have a wound there, or even just unresolved feelings or questions or whatever, you want to get into that and you want to be extremely present. That's how you're going to know if it's for you or if you need to move on or make a change, okay? Nine of Swords says you're in your head. Aquarius problems, air sign problems, relatable content. But Nine of Swords is circular thoughts. You're probably not coming up with anything new when you're flying around up in the rafters of your brain, right? You're probably circling the same old thoughts and the same old fears and the same old prickly. Spirit is saying, the sharp shards of memories swept under soft rugs. Like, again, I don't want to deal with this, so I'll just sweep it under here, but you're going to encounter it. And now you have a choice about what you want to do with it. And the beautiful thing is, Aquarius, I see a lot of you engaging with it in a much more purposeful way. Showing up as your guidance for the month was first the Three of Swords, and then I pulled a clarifier for that, and it was the Three of Pentacles. That is significant. 2 threes. Turn the Three of Swords into the Three of Pentacles. What can I build from this old wound? Or even the sting of this fresh shock? Three of Swords is something or someone making you feel alone, out on a limb, out on the ragged edge. And Spirit is like, how can you treat your pain and be really present with it? Because once it is finally heard, that's when the wound closes. That's how Spirit is putting it. Once your pain actually feels heard, that's when the wound closes and we can begin to build something new. Three of Pentacles is about early success, an early milestone in something you want to create for yourself. Something else important about threes is it's bringing in other people or other experts, even if not other people. For some people, this could look like, hey, you know what? I have an old wound. I need to go to fucking therapy. I need to bring in like a professional opinion. That could even be the reference to the Hierophant, a mentor, a coach, somebody who can actually help you sort through your problems on the positive end. It could help you to seek professional help in one way or another, whether that's, again, a therapist, or whether that's like a tarot reader, or whether that's a coach or whatever. Give you a different perspective, help you build something new with this instead of doing the same old song and dance. Nine of Swords, circling the drain, circling the drain, circling the drain. Someone can help you make sense and build from this. Spirit is saying it goes from concave to convex. We not only fill in where the wound was, we spill over with new growth. Okay? Wheel of Fortune sits in the position representing your hopes and fears. So there is great desire for change and for forward movement. And you're a fixed sign. Again, that's the dichotomy, right? Like, you are all about progress and the future and moving forward, and you're a fixed sign who only wants to go when you know exactly what's going to fucking happen, and that's an impossible task, right? But here's the thing, the more present we are, the more we will be able to tell what our future is going to be like. The less present we are, the more chaotic and confusing and strange the future will be, because we are not here working with what is here and now. In the key position, Four of Wands, you have all of the love and support that you need. June looks like a month where family, friends, loved ones are definitely showing up for you. There is a feeling of home. There's a feeling of community. And sitting in your future is the Nine of Cups. Personal satisfaction. Another important thing about having 2 threes in the position of the guidance, threes are about manifestation. They're connected to the Empress, who's number 3 in the major arcana. Manifestation is something that can happen when you are really present and when you are really taking in what is here. Not what's possible, not what is past, what's here. And you grab the proverbial, let's say the ox, by the horns. And you go step by step, slow and steady and sure, in the right direction, because the right direction is what feels true and authentic right here, right now. And then I can trust that I will end up in the future, in the spot that is right for me, by staying right here with me. Okay? Okay. How's that sit on you, Aquarius? What's that bringing up for you? Questions, comments, stories, reflections? Woo! Freestyle raps. Pardon me. Whatever you got. I would love to hear it, Aquarius. I really deeply, deeply appreciate those of you who take the time to leave feedback. It helps me be a better reader, and it's just really cool. It's really cool to hear from the people who get to see this, because I don't know. This is a lonely experience, right? It's me and a camera, so bringing y'all into it is really fun. Okay. Thanks for being here, Aquarius. I hope that it was helpful. If you ever want to get a personal reading, the ways to do that are just below. Thanks for being here, and if I don't see you before then I hope I will see you in your mid-month checkpoint reading. Bye, Aquarius.